Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Power Lunch Japan, otherwise known as Gaijin Today. I'm starting to like this name that was provided with a comment yesterday, and I think it fits beautifully. Gaijin Today. So what's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a good afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the world. I'm actually pre-recording today's show because I'm taking a short business trip. I have a sudden appointment. I have to go check out something in central Hokkaido. So I'm probably driving right now. Maybe I'm listening to my own show. But I found this cool article and I thought I'd talk about it for a few minutes before I take off. And it's from the website The Media Japan Today. And they do some good articles there. This one was the 8 most annoying things people do on Japanese trains according to local commuters. So last couple days here, we've been talking about culture, the attitude towards foreigners in Japan, how things are changing, or if they are changing. And this is an important one in Japan. If you're going to ride the trains, there's a few things you should understand. The culture, the unwritten rules, the unspoken rules of riding trains in Japan and how to get along with everybody for a better world, right? So let's take a look at a couple of these rules real quick. Number 1, this is a countdown, okay? So it's the top 8. The number 1 is the most annoying. Number 8, sort of. Okay, Tokyo, Japan. This is about Tokyo, but this goes for anywhere in Japan. For many people who commute by train, rush hour is an unavoidable source of significant stress. Yes. In Japan, where you'll find the busiest train stations in the world, stress levels can reach breaking point, making good manners and proper etiquette more than a common courtesy, but a vital necessity. However, there are still some behaviors on trains that stick in the craw of local commuters. That's a good English phrase. Stick in the craw. It means basically things that annoy people. These are the things that really annoy Japanese people or Japanese society. So they did this survey and they found number 8, not observing the proper cough etiquette. 4.8%. Yeah, I think this one, it kind of relates to the masking and just general personal hygiene. You know, people are taught to cover your mouth. People cover their mouth when they laugh. People cover their mouth when they smile big. So obviously, if you're going to cough or you have any kind of viral infection, you want to put a mask on it. A couple days ago, I talked about how I didn't like masks, and I got a few comments about that. If I'm sick, I'm happy to wear a mask. I think it's great. I just don't want to be told to wear a mask for 3 years everywhere, no matter what. That kind of drove me crazy. But masking up if you're sick, I think is fine, and that's kind of important. Number 2, not number 2, number 6, counting down. Strong smells, odors. The stinky people. We don't like the stinky people. Not on the trains. It's tough. I understand. Salary man can be sweaty man, and he can be stinky man. Personally, stinky people, sweaty people, okay, that's one thing. Also, the obnoxious fabric softener personally drives me crazy. The chemical smell of people who put too much fabric softener in their laundry. God, drives me crazy. Don't do that. Yeah. Odors are hard to hide in crowded, enclosed spaces, and it's not just bad body and breath odors that are offensive, as respondents often showed a dislike for strong perfumes and the scent of fabric softeners. There you go. See? Yes, it's not just me. The whole world. There are fabric softeners with no odor. my friends. Please. Fabric softeners, I would rank even worse than personal body odor, but well, maybe not. Tying for sixth place on the list is the act of cramming yourself into a train at any cost, which can prevent the doors from closing and lead to delays while the train is held up at the station. Yeah, I mean, this is not a foreigner thing. This anybody, Japanese people do this. There is always a certain number of people who try to force their way onto the train. I saw someone last month when I went to Tokyo put their arm in the closing door so that it would open and they could get back in. And yeah, this is a big problem. Forcibly boarding crowded trains. Don't do it. Bags. Okay, here's a big one. At number 5, bags getting in the way, 11.8%. So this is worse than the body odor, worse than crowded people getting on a train at the last second. This is people really don't like this. While bags have the potential to get in the way of others, many respondents singled out backpacks as the big offender, saying that those who wear them can bump into others unwittingly. Those who cited this as a concern said they would prefer it if people carried their bags in front of them or placed them on the floor to avoid disturbing others. Just realized my collar is out here. Well, glad the camera's small. Yeah, I always have a backpack. I've always had a bag. I have camera bags, I have big bags, and I try to be extra careful and just put the bag on the front. Just put the bag on the front when you get on the train so you don't turn around and smash people. Totally understandable. Let's try to do this. Unless the train's empty, and then you don't worry about it. Good point. Number 4, sound leaking from earphones. Ooh, I see. So people really don't like this. Yeah, what can you say? This is commonly seen as a careless act as it forces those around you to listen to whatever music, video, or game that might be emanating from your device. A lot of people use headphones, assume nobody around them can hear what they're listening to. So it's always worth checking on your noise levels. Some headphones are better than others. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to recommend to you. Let's see if I can. Oh, no, that's not it. Here we go. There we go. This is the Audio Technica headphones that I have. Hi, there you go. Audio Technica. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. They do not leak the sound. They keep the sound in. Some headphones are open air headphones. Some keep the sound in. These are better. Okay, let's get back to our show. Excuse me. I got to be over here. So, number 3, we're getting into the top 3, ladies and gentlemen. Not leaving room for others to sit. Yeah, this is annoying. Basically, nobody likes the so-called manspreading. Oh, manspreading that occurs on trains. But a similar act of gobbling up space can be seen when people cross their legs or put their bag on one side of a 2-seater seat while pretending to be asleep next to it. While this type of nonchalant behavior is annoying at the best of times, it's even worse when it happens inside a carriage filled with people who are desperate to sit down. Yeah, don't do it. Don't cross your legs, first of all. Okay? Japanese people hate that. I think it's not just Japanese people, it's a global thing. It's just but people, I admit, people in America, Americans like to cross their legs, and it's a very different culture. You can cross your legs and have your foot pointing at someone, like, at least if you're going to cross your legs away from the person next to you. I think that's kind of common sense, but no, we got to cross our legs and I'll put my foot right at you. Fuck off. Crossing your legs. It's kind of it's a problem. And the old bag next to you, yeah, sure. And then manspreading is just like keeping your legs really wide. Manspreading. That's a great word. Okay. Number 2, loud voices. Oh, interesting. Talking loudly is generally considered bad manners in Japan as it doesn't respect the time and circumstances of others who are sharing the public space. One respondent said there are times on a commute when they need to think about work reports and things to get done when they get home. But when there's a person talking loudly near them, they become distracted and can't get anything done. Do you see that? People are working on the trains. This is what we have to understand. They're not just commuting, they're actually trying to get something done. Working hard, man. Putting in the overtime on the train. It's incredible. So, hey, buddy, I'm working here. Okay. Can you keep it quiet? Yeah, the loud voices. Some people, they're just noisy. And finally, the number one most annoying habit that people have on trains for the Japanese public is not moving, coming in at 18% of respondents. At the very top of the list of annoying behaviors is passengers who refuse to move inside the train, particularly those who take up a spot in front of or beside the doors. Even when it's very crowded. Ooh, I feel like I've done that a couple times. As people board and alight from the train, it's expected that passengers in the vicinity of the doors will either move further inside and down the aisle or step off to make room for the flow of people before stepping back on again. Those who don't do this are seen as inconsiderate and self-serving bastards, which causes frustration for other passengers. Yeah, move your ass, get off the train, and then get back on. This is something I think you're supposed to just observe other people doing it and then pick it up naturally. But we can explain it in detail. I think tourists also, they're nervous and they're worried they're going to miss their train or their stop. Like, where's my stop? Where do I get off? I want to be near the door. I have to stand near the door. And so you stand there and then you don't move. You just like lock up, holding on to the bar when people are getting on and off. But you're supposed to get off and then get back on. If you get off, then you're the last one to get back on. And then it's easy to get off at the next stop, right? Yeah. After identifying the top 8 annoying passenger behaviors among respondents, the survey went on to ask how people deal with them. Yeah, what do people do when there's a stinky guy or a man-spreading person or whatever? The most popular answer at 58.2% was to simply put up with it. Put up with it. 我慢する. Japanese word 我慢. どうしたの? いや、もうしょうがないから我慢したのよ。我慢したのよ。もう我慢するしかないんだよ。そこはちょっと我慢しよう。To put up with it is an important behavior. It's an important aspect. It's a necessary aspect of living anywhere in the world. I mean, but in America, I think people are far more vocal. They don't put up with it as much as Japanese people do. As Japanese society sort of requires you or trains you to put up with things. 我慢する. Whereas in America, people, they vent their frustrations loudly and much sooner than people in Japan do. So all in all, I think the Japanese culture of putting up with it is better. This also can create some stress over the long term, but it's nicer when people, put up with things a little. You give people a little space. You're like, this guy stinks. Too much fabric softener. I hate it, but I'm just going to put up with it. And when I get home, I'm going to tell my wife, man, there was this guy and he was stinky on the train. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But just for the foreigners out there, keep that in mind. Those are the top 8 annoying things on trains. Not moving. So be flexible. Move around. Loud voices. Keep it down a little bit. Not leaving room for others to sit. Stop your man spreading. Tighten up your legs. Don't cross your legs. Just sit there. Look at your phone, man. Look at your phone. That's what it's for. Come on. Sound leaking from earphones. Yeah, buy some good headphones. That's a good piece of advice. Put your backpack on the front, not on the back, or put it on the floor. And don't rush into the train. This is kind of low on the scale, though. The strong smells was tied at number 6. And then we had number 8 was not observing the proper cough etiquette. Yeah, so the number 1 is being flexible and moving around. Good to know. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I will wrap it up there today. A little short episode for you at 15 minutes. I got to take off. I'm heading up to central Hokkaido, the city of Asahikawa. We have some bad weather. Let's take a quick look at the weather across Japan, just so you guys know like what's going on. We had very heavy rain, and we've had quite a bit of flooding across Japan. Here in Hokkaido, Sapporo, high temperature of 24 degrees today. Quite lovely. Low temperature 19 with rain. It's raining all weekend, actually, Saturday and Sunday. Kind of a bummer because it's a 3-day weekend. Monday is a national holiday. And we're heading into the Obon week, the big Obon week. It's going to be a good one. And let's take a look at all of Japan. So heavy rain down in Kyushu and like Yamaguchi area, Shikoku. It's getting quite a bit of rain. Very hot in Nagoya. What's Nagoya looking like here? Oh boy. Let's look at the temperature. Oh, how do I do this here? 34 degrees down there. Woo! 35 in Nagoya. Wow, that's pretty hot. Tokyo at 33 degrees. So Hokkaido, cool, but heavy rains. So got to be careful out there where you're driving. We had some flooding in Kushiro and other areas. はい、今日はですね、ちょっと短いランチタイム。これから北海道の内陸、旭川までちょっとミーティングがあって、急遽行くことになりました。それで今日早めに、撮影した。日本人が電車に乗るときのエチケット。ちょうどこれね、ジャパントゥデイのニュースで出てたんで面白いなと思って。一番がやっぱりその動かない。ドア周りでがっちり立って、乗り降りちゃんとしない人たちが一番だったんですね。みんなそれぞれ違うと思うけど、まあ全体的にこれが一番だったんですね。面白いな。まあ確かにね、匂いは我慢しても、まあちょっと場所取りすぎてる人は我慢しても、自分と関わるの、まあ乗り降りの時に邪魔だなこいつっていうのがやっぱりみんな一番気になるんだね。まあ電車のエチケット、乗り降りといろいろこういうところが良くなるとね、まあでも変わったよね。僕が日本に住んで33年ぐらいけど、やっぱり一番は携帯の普及。こないだも東京行ったら、東京から新宿から立川の方に電車を乗った時にもう満員電車だってもうびっしりで、もう気持ち悪いな、もうほとんどなんか痴漢されてんじゃないかなっていうぐらいもうくっついてるんだけど、全員なんか自分だけそのタイミングなんか携帯あまり見る気なくて、携帯見てなかったんです。珍しく。まあ自分もやっぱり携帯ほとんど見てるけど、周りのみんな見たら全員携帯見てた。本当に全員。すごいなと思って。昔それはなかったよな。昔は新聞読む人、日本人が新聞何回も折って、すごい縦細く、新聞縦文字で書いてるからなおさらいいよね。すごい縦細くして新聞読む。で、それをこう折りながら回すおじさんのテクニック、すごいなと思ってね、見てたんだけど、面白いですよね。そういう、こう、なんだろう。日本ならの。今は携帯ですね。今は携帯。でも、携帯だからやっぱり音の問題。イヤフォンから音漏れてる人、その時もいいね。周りのね、みんなでも見てるものを見てて面白かったです。僕的には。なんか、おお、この人はこういうの見るんだとかね。あ、こう若い人はやっぱりショートとかリールばっかり見てんだなとか。 いろいろなんかその発見があってね、結構面白かったですけど。あとは天気。はい。皆さん気をつけてください。九州、四国は大雨。そして名古屋、東京35度、暑い。北海道は今日最高気温、札幌25度。最高 !So nice! So cool! だけど結構雨です。昨日の夜もすごい自分住んでるとこもう久々のゲリラ豪雨みたいな雨が来てすごかったです。で、今日これから内陸の旭川行ってくんで、ちょっと安全運転で行きたいと思います。I'll be back again tomorrow with another episode of Power Lunch Gaijin Today. And tonight, I'll have another episode of America Today, and we'll take a look at the news there. So thanks for watching, everybody. That is it for me today. And I will see you again tonight. また今日の夜会いましょう。America Today at 11:30 p.m. Thanks for watching. See you later. That's it.